It has been a hot minute or two since I have reviewed a show on this here channel. Reviewed a lot of movies, shows every now and then. I just feel like I don't have the time to make that sort of investment that comes with watching new episodes every week they come out and really reviewing them on the channel because that's just such a time sink. But as soon as I found out an Alien show was coming out, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to review that. So let's talk about Alien Earth. Thank you so much for checking out the video. Before we get started, click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you know whenever I post new content. You can also follow me on X, Instagram, and Rumble. I'm on all of those channels. These videos post all at the same time every Saturday at 9 a.m. If you enjoy the channel, please sound off and of course share if you would like. That's very helpful for the old algorithm here on the tubes and the Rumbles and the X's. So I love the Alien franchise for the most part. The original Alien is a masterpiece. In space, no one can hear you scream. Awesome, like claustrophobic space horror movie with this incredible creature design. Fantastic. The sequel goes in a completely different direction. Balls out action movie. One of James Cameron's earlier efforts. Fantastic, 10 out of 10 in its own right, despite being very different than the film that preceded it. After that, it all kind of falls apart for a while. Okay, so Alien 3 has its defenders. Yes, I've seen the assembly cut, and yes, that movie, for the most part, still sucks. Killing off Newt, killing off your main characters, other than Ridley, Hicks, so basically Hicks and Newt, killing them off screen. Terrible decision. Movie is not very good. Really, really bad kind of early feeling CG with the Alien in particular. Just doesn't work. Movie's so bad that David Fincher disowned it. Then we get Alien versus Predator, which it is completely inexplicable to me why you would make an Alien versus Predator movie, a movie that has the Predator and has the aliens, and you would somehow rate it PG-13 and think that's in any way acceptable. That movie's like okay for what it's trying to do. It's definitely not good, it's definitely not great, but it's not a complete train wreck. The sequel, however, is ass. Alien vs. Predator Requiem is legitimately one of the worst movies I have ever seen. Easy top 5 worst movie that I've ever watched in the theater. Remember the entire experience, hated every minute. And then we got into like some more modern films. We got Prometheus and Alien Covenant, both directed by Ridley Scott, the director of the original film. And those movies are pretty good. I think they both kind of get dunked on a little bit too much. Both certainly have their moments, particularly when the alien bursts out of a dude's back in Alien Covenant is like one of those just gruesome kind of out of nowhere sequences that's a callback to the original and is great and nasty in its own right. And so now we get a show. And I think what I really like about this show is it could have taken the easy way out. They could have just like found an excuse to dump the aliens on planet Earth and just call it a day and have them run around the planet, maybe in the woods, maybe in like a futuristic looking city, and just call it a day. Now the city aspect is there. Essentially, the show begins with a ship crash landing on Earth intentionally, and the alien is like a part of these experiments that are going on this ship, and not only is the alien, but some other like very weird creatures that are clearly being studied get unleashed. A lot of like delving into the synthetics, so you have quite a few cyborgs in this, which is kind of cool. Like they actually are like a deep part of the lore and have like their own like squadrons and there's just a lot of them. So it's kind of like synthetics are an everyday part of life here. And then I also forgot to mention Alien Romulus, fantastic movie, despite the weird Ian Holm cameo thing, which just looked terrible. I can't believe I forgot that movie. It's so good. It's so good. Really, the best since Aliens. So anyway, instead of just like dumping the alien on the planet and having shenanigans ensue, They form the story around a brother and sister. A sister who is thought to have died of cancer at a young age, who is then, like, her consciousness is put into a cyborg body, and she's trying to find her brother who thinks that she's dead. He's like a combat medic and she's a synthetic, and them like reconnecting is kind of the heartbeat of the first 2 episodes, which are the only 2 that I have seen so far. But by centering the film around this great sibling relationship, really well acted. I think Sydney Chandler is a fantastic actress, and it's cool to see her kind of step out of her father's shadow. Her dad is Kyle Chandler, who was in Friday Night Lights and Wolf of Wall Street. You'd recognize him. Also, Timothy Olyphant is in this. He's great in everything, although he simultaneously has the worst and best haircut of anybody in this show, and maybe of any movie or show that has come out this year. It's this just awful shock of white hair that's really kind of funny. The show looks great. The production values kind of are in that Romulus vein, where it's not super like futuristic as we would think of it today, but it's that like, hey, in the 70s, what did they think the future would look like? It doubles down on that aesthetic right off the bat, which they did in Romulus as well to great effect, and continuing to do that here is also really smart and works very well. The alien looks really, really good. It's clearly CGI for the most part. I think they might be using some practical effects, but overall still looks really good. The show does feel like a show. It does not feel like it has the super high production values of a movie, although it still looks really, really, really great, and you can see that they spent their money well. This show also has, in the second episode, what is probably one of my all-time favorite sequences, taking place on one of the upper floors in the high-rise with like this hoity-toity party that's going on, and they're completely oblivious to everything going on around them, including the ship that's crashed into the base of their building. Really, really great sequence, extremely well done. You've got a lot of like the politics within Weyland-Yutani kind of bubbling up. There's this like young tech trillionaire a-hole who's like heavily involved in the creation of all of this and what's going on. So I'm really interested to see what they do with that. That was a huge part of really the first 2 Alien films in particular, and The Company. All of like their just nastiness and like double crossing people, and it's all just good stuff. So I really like what I've seen so far. Only seen the 2 episodes. Oh my gosh, I also forgot about Alien Resurrection, a movie that's kind of okay. I would rank it as kind of okay. That's what I would call Alien Resurrection. Not really worth talking about because honestly not all that memorable. They clearly just wanted to bring back Sigourney Weaver in an Alien movie. So I really think the show is headed in the right direction. Super excited about what I've seen so far and cannot wait to watch more. So far, so good with Alien Earth. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit me up. Am I way off base? Did this show suck? Or is it as good as I have proclaimed? Hit me up in the comments. Watch, share, like the video. Follow me on the other channels where I also post every Saturday at 9 a.m. Peace out.